It's Lee, it's Lee, Lee. Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Lee Learns. I am Lee, your very humble host. And if you're new to this channel, if you haven't seen any of these videos anywhere, please like, subscribe, share, and feel free to leave a comment. All right, so what have we got today? So I don't know, not too long ago, I started watching, I think it was like a few weeks ago, I watched a show on Netflix called Don't Pick Up the Phone. And I incorrectly telling people it's called Don't Answer the Phone. And so, anyway, I did that to a few people. I apologize. I'm sure they found it anyway. So, I'm going to try and play a trailer. It was mucking up a little bit before. It didn't sort of turn out too well when I was going through it. But anyway, we'll see how we go. I'll put the trailer up and then I'll run through like what it's all about. So let's just do that. And all right, so here it is. This is the trailer. Don't pick up the phone, not don't answer the phone.
Unbelievable hoax that police say many people fell victim to.
A caller pretending to be a police officer was apparently convincing enough to talk some managers into sexually abusing fast food employees.
Didn't submit to this search, then I'd be either arrested or lose my job or both.
Officers tell me there's a video of never seen anything like it, and I've still never seen anything like it in 30 years.
The caller, of course, has committed the perfect crime because he's completely anonymous.
We have a sexual predator on the loose, and the phone's still ringing every day.
All right, so that was the trailer. Now just go through a little bit of this. Yeah, so there was this girl in 2004. Her name was Louise Ogborn, and she's working the dinner shift at McDonald's outlet in Mount Washington, Kentucky, when something extraordinary happened. So just to give a bit of clarification, a little bit about her position. So she had taken this job because her mother had recently lost her job. Then they were, I think, a military family. I'm pretty sure there's some military background, I think. Anyway, so she was called into the back of the McDonald's and informed by the assistant manager, Donna Summers, that a customer had accused her of stealing. So Donna said that there was a policeman on the phone called Officer Scott. I don't remember that being in there, that it was Officer Scott, but it probably was, just didn't resonate with me. Anyway, told her that she'd need to be strip searched. Anyway, so overall, as things went on, so I'm trying to go by my own memory anyway. So she pretty much, consented to being strip searched out of fear, basically, because well, you can see that in these pictures here. And this interesting part here of it was, so Donna, at some point, they got her naked, and then it's all going on, and the guy on the phone and everything. And at some point, Donna said to the guy, well, can you come down here? And he's like, no, we're only a small police department. And so she's going, well, I need to get back to work. How am I going to get back to work? I've got to go do this thing, like, this busy McDonald's and everything. And he was pretty much saying to her, well, I understand that, but maybe you can get somebody that you trust in, like a husband or a boyfriend or something, and they can keep a watch while you go back to work. And yeah, okay, that sounds legit. And to her, it did anyway. So this guy here in this picture with the pretty awesome hairline is the fiance of the girl, of the manager, that Donna Summers. And basically he continued to, you can see him on the phone there, he's got the phone. He continued, and it's just escalating. Oh, can you get her to sit on your lap and then kiss her? And then you can tell if she's got drugs. I don't remember how drugs came into the equation. She was supposed to have been in trouble for stealing. That's basically what it was all about. And what's interesting, I'll go to that in a minute, but what's interesting is it escalated into a sexual thing. I don't know how people could fall for this, but it's, the whole thing was sort of had been going on for years. He'd pick different restaurants, so he might pick a Wendy's or a pizza place, and he'd always have like a little like a generic description. So in this case, brunette, petite, and of course there'd always be somebody like that fitting the description. And so they would pretty much, you know, yeah, we do have somebody there that matches that description, and of course they'd be in trouble for it. And a few people actually had cottoned onto it. There was one guy who said this is a hoax. That was in regards to this McDonald's one. Yeah, it's unreal. Like, and that's the thing. I'll just unshare that now, but it's sort of unreal that, I mean, that people fell for it. And there was actually a woman in the documentary who was talking about, oh, you know, people have been critical of those people for falling for it, and you know, like, oh, you know, oh, it's easier when you're on the other side, and it's like, but there are people there that actually came out and said this is a hoax, this is ridiculous. These general just citizens who worked at the place, or, you know, had pretty much said it was ridiculous. So I just think, I think a lot of people, I think the whole thing is that there were many people there who were trusting. The person would only pick certain, like, it would always be in a small town. You know, the reason I think is because the trust in authority was maybe higher. I think that was covered in the documentary. So it was just unreal that this would happen. And so I think it's like a 3-part series. And yeah, I've told people, yeah, people have actually listened to me on this one. I've told people, you got to watch such and such a show, and it goes over people's heads. I told people, you got to watch The Last Dance, which I may do a thing on The Last Dance at some point. But yeah, it's good that people are actually listening to what I'm saying, so that's good. But I'll go over a couple of other things that I found, and you know, I'm going to spoil some things. If you haven't seen it, yeah, don't blame me. You choose to watch this. That's fine. So there's a bloke. I'll just go back into the video. You'll see this part. I'm going to share the screen again. And there's a part in the video I need to show. So let's go back into here, and there's the icon. All right, so this guy here who looks suspiciously like my work health and safety teacher, he's actually the detective, and I think he lived next door to the girl, or he lived in the same area as the girl that was the McDonald's victim. He's like, understandably, he's furious, and you know, he's watched the tape and he's just like, yeah, this is ridiculous. And so he basically decides that he's going to go and pretty much get to the bottom of this thing. Anyway, so the whole thing's been going on in different states. So this happened in Kentucky, but it happened in different states all over America. Like I said, small town. So he ends up hooking up with another cop who's been investigating it. And this is where it was quite interesting for me. The two of them did some real solid police work. You know, they're like, okay, they somehow figured out through their police work that all this was happening with the use of calling cards. So the old calling cards that you can use at the store to call people. And then they used to sell them. I'm not sure if they're a thing anymore, but they would sell them at Walmart. And I think the cop, not that cop, but the other cop had traced these to Florida. And so he basically was sharing intel with the WHS lookalike cop and the WHS teacher lookalike cop. And so they was like, it's in Florida. So the two of them narrow it down to a certain Walmart location, and then they go to get the footage from Walmart. And they're going through more or less through the checkout, so watching the people at the checkout, and they find this guy, and he's basically got these cards, like obviously calling card, like the call cards, and it turns out they're like, that's him, and they put it together and they figure out who he is, right? All right, you know, by footage and just going through all the stuff, and they were able to sort of to pretty much locate the guy. And what's interesting is, and this is, I was sitting there watching it and going, no, like, I'm not a cop. I can type in I'm a police officer into Word, you know, and Word 2003 document or whatever, and I can print out a badge, but it doesn't make me one. I mean, it's just, it wouldn't be legit, you know. So I mean, as much as we all pretend that we're a little bit of sleuth, we're sleuths and that, yeah, it's not going to work. But even I was sitting there going, you know, just surveil the guy, just watch him, don't do anything. And pretty much they alerted him to the presence, like, hey, here we are, like, we're here, we're watching you, we suspect that you're the guy that's doing this thing. And of course, if he's the guy, which who knows if he is, but if he's the guy, he's not going to do his normal behaviors. So he's like, oh crap, the cops are onto me. Oh, back to normal, everything's normal. They find a calling card in his house, and they're like, this is the guy. All right, you know, you got a calling card, it's not looking good for you. But his lawyer, he's like, well, there's an alibi part there that he can't, they're saying he did this, but he's got an alibi for that particular phone call, and he can't go to the phone booth over there to call because he's busy doing work or whatever he was doing. So there was all these things, and it's really funny that at the end of it, the cops are like, oh, I think we probably should have surveilled him a little bit more. And it's like, yeah, you guys probably should have. But that's the thing of it, you know, like, I think they're just so keen to get the thing solved and to get some closure for the victims, and you know, that's pretty much what happened there. But anyway, this guy ends up going to trial, and he basically he didn't get convicted. They couldn't really prove that he was the guy, which is why they should have pretty much put him under surveillance, I guess. That would probably been the best approach, I guess. Who knows? Maybe people out there might know. Drop a comment. And what's interesting about this show is that it actually becomes a big thing about everybody else sort of gets hit with the repercussions of it. Like McDonald's, there was a big court case between the girl in the video, the girl Louise Ogborn, I think it is, and McDonald's, big court case. And actually, McDonald's didn't even have, like, they were just like, no, well, we're not culpable here. We haven't done anything. No, you can't blame us. And it's like, well, the lawyer for Louise basically said, well, you have had this thing going on for 10 years, so from 94 to 2004. And in that time, you haven't had like something up on the wall to sort of say, hey, there's a hoax thing, and if the hoax happens, this is what you do. Because there were definitely cases at McDonald's in other sort of states and towns and whatever, that it happened there. But so there you go. That links back to my WHS stuff, because that's all about how important health is in the workplace, in addition to safety. So that forms a part of it. So there you go. Old WHS lookalike cop and that, and it sort of works there, I suppose. It all seems to fit in. So crazy show. Like, it's just, how could this stuff happen? And it's like you feel so sorry for these poor people that just this stuff happens to. And it's like, you know, it was great, you know, that this girl actually got a settlement from McDonald's. You know, like, she actually wins, and up until the end, they're still like, no, we did the right thing. And it's like, well, you didn't really. You didn't do the right thing. It was just unreal that, and then, you know, like the Donna Summer and her fiance, they got in big trouble. There was a big court case over that, which is like, that was mind-boggling, that this guy who he was getting a sexual favor from this poor girl. It's just unreal. And it's like, you know, I don't know how people can fall for this stuff. I have to say, I don't know. It's a worry. Hopefully, you know, this sort of stuff wouldn't happen today, but there's still scams happen all the time. And I mean, it's very sophisticated scams, and people fall for them, and it's a very sad thing. But yeah, I just think everybody should watch the show. It's very serious, the show. I mean, it's, you know, poor girl being forced to perform a sexual act, particularly on this guy who's, you know, it's a horrible position to be in. But you can't help but just, oh my god, really, this is just so ridiculous. So yeah, check it out. Why not? And yeah, that's about me done for today. I shall talk to everybody later on. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share. There's the bye again. Leave a comment. I really appreciate it. I thank you for watching this video, and I shall chat to you later on. All right, bye.